Number 6, a weak man lacks consistency. He starts 100 things and finishes none. He can't stick to a goal, a habit, or a plan. His life is a broken cycle of laziness, excuses, and self-pity. The world rewards the consistent, not the confused. Consistency. You don't like my attitude, but it won't change. One thing, if people who know me describe me, and I'm not saying that I'm the strongest man on the planet, I'm just using these facts, these points just to speak on it. Because I've said most of these things before. Consistency. People need to know what they're going to get from you. And the only thing I'm probably not consistent with is working out. Is working out, right? But that's not an expectation of someone else. That's an expectation of me. And it's not an excuse. I've always owned up to why I don't like to go. But at the end of the day, if anyone knows me, and I feel that if a friend of mine was asked traits about me, one of those things would be consistency. I'm going to be consistent. You're not going to talk to me one day and I'm down in the dumps, and then the next day I'm sky high and bouncing off the walls. What you might get every day is I'm good, I'm cool, I'm straight, I'm making it happen. That's one of my things. That's one of my characteristics, like as a leader, right? And I always admire this in leaders that I actually like, because I see in leaders that I detest that they lack consistency. You shouldn't come into work because you had a bad evening. You shouldn't bring that shit into the workplace. You have to compartmentalize. You'll never know. Can't say never, but you'll never know if I'm up or if I'm down. I'm consistent. I'm always going to keep to the same thing. That's why when I say you draw a line in the sand, I'm consistent with that. And if you cross that line, there's consequences. This isn't just talk. There are consequences for that. I'm consistent. I will say the same thing over and over. Now, if we get into a discussion, you might be able to change my mind on certain things because you've presented a great argument. And so now my mind is not closed to the fact that I can still learn, that someone can explain it to me in a way that makes total sense. And like, you know what? I can adjust that thinking. The reason why I've stuck with the purple pill content, though it may not be flourishing and though it may not be as flash in the pan as comedy, is that I'm consistent with it. I'm not a comedian. So if you see me do content that's funny, it's different for me. That's why people respond to it. People don't respond to my shorts about purple pill the way that they do, the random shit that I do. It's just not, it doesn't grab you. It's not that entertainment factor flash in the pan. It's not instant. But if you go back to watch my videos, I've been consistent. I'm not going to change. I've said this before. You're not going to come on this channel and hear me say men move in with women. I'm never going to say that. I'm always going to say we are the leaders, and women aren't going to change my mind on that. You can call me misogynist. You can call me I'm stuck in the 1950s. You can call it whatever you want to. That's the way I feel. That's the way I think. And I'm going to continue to put that out. You know why? Because there are people out there that feel that way, and it's consistent. I'm the person that people call for, advice, even when I got shit going on. I got things going on too. I got to find my refugee, my downtime, my me time when I can take it. Because they know I'm consistent. If they ask me a question, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to be truthful with it. It's going to be direct. It's not going to be sugar-coated. You know this. So if you get pissed off at me, You're not pissed off at me. You're pissed off at yourself because you came to me with an issue. I haven't changed in 20 years. Haven't changed in 15 years, the time that you've known me. What makes you think that I'm going to become a yes man or an enabler now? And again, I'm not saying my way is right. I'm just telling you from my perspective. What do you think about this? And I'm going to tell you. One, because I appreciate the fact that people seek my advice or just seek my ear to listen. I'm not even going to say they seek my advice. I'm not going to put myself up there. They vent to me. One, because I'm not going to air your shit out. Whatever you tell me is what you tell me. That's why I want to become a therapist. I don't get on here and call names and call people out. I did a whole 25-year blog about motherfuckers that were dragging me through the mud. I didn't say what their names were. They know who they are. I know who they are. We got to be consistent. Another word for consistent is stable. Women seek stability. Men, we have to be consistent in what we're doing. If we say we're going to do something, do it. If we can't, communicate that. She can be upset all she wants because she's not getting what she wants. Got it. I thought I could do that. I can't. And I told you that. I didn't just leave you hanging. I didn't do that. So, okay, I will take you being upset because you didn't get what you wanted. It's not that I didn't want to give you that. I can't. And I can tell you up front that I can't. So you should appreciate that. You should appreciate that communication because I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to be a man of my word. Number 7, a weak man is terrified of loneliness. He clings to toxic women. He tolerates insults. He fears rejection. But real men know peace is better than company that disrespects you. Outside of number 3, number 7 is where it's at. I posted audio on the YouTube channel about this. Men scared to be alone. Why? Why are we afraid to be alone? We should have our head down, be working so intent on what we want to do that we're not worried about that. Who says that we are supposed to be with someone for our entire life? Who says that? We learned that at some point. We learned what a wedding was. We learned what a wife and husband was. And so now we assume that that's the way it's supposed to be. But how do we know that? How do we know that for sure? And I'm not against marriage. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I'm just saying when we start talking about loneliness, how do we know that we're supposed to be with someone? You should be so happy by yourself that it's hard to accept someone else. Because then you do a better job of vetting mofos before they come into your life. And we just don't accept BS, right? We start to set those standards, those deal breakers, and we actually stick to those. Men, we shouldn't be terrified of loneliness. Tolerates insults, disrespect. We shouldn't tolerate that from other men, let alone women. We don't do that. Don't disrespect me because I don't do that to you. And so that's one of my pet peeves. I'm out. I'm out. Because if you think that you're going to say anything that you want to say to me, you are completely out of your mind because that's not going to happen because I don't say that I don't talk to you any type of way. So yeah, people are going to push their limits because everybody comes from a different background. So that might have been okay for someone else. That might just be who you are. That's cool. But that doesn't work for me. We have to be cognizant, even when we're upset, when we're annoyed of the things we say. Me as a grown man, I can't say, oh, well, I was mad. That's why I smacked you. You're going to be like, I don't give a shit. That's not a reason. Control yourself. Oh, I called you a B word because I was mad. You don't want to hear that. That's not an excuse. That's unacceptable. So you think that you're going to do it to me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, we can have heated discussions. You can tell me how you feel. We should not get into name calling because, again, that's stuff that you can't come back from. You can't. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that because I was upset. So that means you don't have any self-control. Men, we don't tolerate that. Weak men, we call weak men betas. You know why? Because they get talked to that way. They're the ones on the submissive end. They're the ones that like that toxic behavior. That just, you can do whatever you want to do because I want to be with you. Hell no. What are you talking about? I'm marketable out here. So you should understand that, hey, as soon as you walk out that door because you don't want to be a part of this anymore, somebody's going to take your place because it's just that great. A weak man doesn't have anything to fall back on. He doesn't have confidence in himself. He's not consistent. He doesn't have the confidence in himself. He's seeking validation from other people. I know what I'm doing is right. For me, it may not be right for you, but I'm not asking you to approve of that. We can't do that. We can't be afraid of loneliness. Sometimes success is lonely. If you're working hard to achieve a goal, nobody wants to be a part of the process. They want to be a part of the success. I didn't know that rhymed, but it does. So they will be there at the end applauding. Oh man, you did well. I don't want to hear that shit, man. I bust my ass to get here. It's about time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. We can't be afraid to be lonely, especially being a man. No, we can't do that because then we start to accept anything. And we should set the standard. We should be the standard, and we should uplift women and children to a new standard because we pass that on. We got to give them something to look up to look forward to. We have to do that. Number 8, a weak man lives in distraction. He scrolls endlessly. Games, gossip blogs, memes. He's entertained but unfulfilled. Then blames the system for his poverty. Truth is, his focus is too cheap to succeed. How many people do we know that make excuses for the position that they're in? Women are easy to point this out, or they see this really easily when a man is making excuses as to why he can't do something. And women don't want to hear that shit. They don't. They don't. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to deal with that. That's your task to deal with. We can't get distracted from doing what we are supposed to be doing. That's building an empire. I think men, we get distracted in our 20s. Women do that to us. Women distract us. Women are amazing. Women are great. They distract us. So we lose about 7 to 10 years in our 20s just chasing ass. The whole time, you just work. That's what I want to get through to young men. Just work. Achieve your goals. Set your own standards. Put in the work. You won't have to chase anything. They will be trying to nail you down. They will be trying to tie you down because they want to be a part of what you have going on. Someone told that to me when I was younger. I didn't listen to that. And I know young YNs, young men aren't listening to that. They aren't, because it's just how we're built. But I still have a responsibility to put that information out there. The people that peaked in high school because they were cool. They didn't go to school. They skipped school. They drank or smoked or whatever the fuck. A lot of them didn't make it out of their hometowns. You go back to your hometown, they're doing the same thing. But you know what? The nerds, the valedictorians, the top 10, the top 20, those that were in AP classes, went off to college, went off to service, went off to just move away, got a job, did something. They prospered just a little bit better because they weren't seeking that instant gratification. They weren't worried about the distractions. We can't blame the system for, the position that we as men put ourselves in. It's tough. It's tough for everybody, male and female. It's tough. But we still got to make it out. That's the point of all of this. It's going to be tough. You're not looking for the easy way, but you're looking for a way. And there is one. You just have to continue to go at it. Recognize when this isn't working, you regroup, do it again, do another way, try something else. But you got to continue to try. When we start sleeping in till 1 p.m., we ain't got no job, we start moving in with women, when we start having her pay for your bills, that's the wrong fucking answer. And you're going to blame the system why you can't get a job. I see hiring signs all freaking day. It might not be the pinnacle CEO of United Airlines. It may not be that where you start. There's nothing wrong with starting cleaning planes. There's nothing wrong with that. Continue to work up to get to where you want to be. Continue to work. Number 9, a weak man folds under pressure. Tough times come and he breaks. He quits fast. But life is a battlefield. Only those who fight, adapt, and endure rise above. Exactly. There's going to be so many. Life is just, there's so many obstacles. There's so many things that's going to get in your way. And things will slow you down. Success is not linear. Linear meaning in a straight line. You're going to go up, you're going to go down. It's like the stock market. When you see the stock market, over the last 20 years, it's gone up, but it's like a heart monitor. Boop, 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 boop. But we continue to trend up. That's why I say, yes, don't say, well, you can't find a job. Yeah, well, if you're trying to be the CEO of United Airlines, you don't have any qualifications. They're not going to hire you right off your couch. But if you work your way up through the company, there is nothing wrong with that. There's a complete honor in that. Stories from working up. If you start out on fries at McDonald's and you work up to be store manager, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand when we started making McDonald's something that is laughed at, something that is bad in this economy. That's a job. I get it. Teens work there and you don't expect to stay there. I disagree. You don't expect to stay on fries if I started at 19 and now I'm 35. No, I don't expect to stay on the fry bin. I expect to be assistant manager, store manager, regional manager for McDonald's. You're damn right. That's called growth. We don't fold underneath the pressure because you know what? We have the pressure. We have a woman's pressure on us. We have a child's pressure on us that we accepted. And she is expecting you to accept that pressure, not run from it, not push it back to her. That's just how it's built. If we're saying we're the leaders and the providers, that's what comes with it. You're going to have to listen to those issues. You're going to have to relieve her pressure. That's what we do. We problem solve. That's what we do. We can't fold when things get tough. We have to take a knee. That's cool. That's fine. We don't give up though. Like, don't give up. Weak men give up. Strong men, we take a knee. Damn, this shit is kicking my ass. Hold on. Let me take a quick knee because I'm human. Let me get it together. And then I continue. It's when you leave and don't come back. You started a family, you leave and don't come back. What? I don't understand how anyone can do that. How you don't take care of a child you created. I don't understand how anyone could do that. Weak men fold under the pressure. As you accept more family members, create more family members, get older in life, the pressure just increases. That means that you're moving up in the world. There's no pressure on the fry cook. Hey, make them fries crispy. You know what? I worked at Burger King when I was in high school. You fill the basket with fries, put it down, hit the timer. When the timer goes off, shake the fries and make sure they're not stuck together. Lift the basket, dump. And ain't that hard? Easy work. There's no pressure there. But you think the CEO of United Airlines has pressure? You're damn right he does. You're damn right she does. Yes, we should want that pressure. Give me all of that, because that's going to make me a better man. And that's what we all should want to be, better men. Outside of women, outside of our children, just better men. We should want to be better men. Number 10, a weak man wants sympathy instead of self-respect. He wants people to feel sorry for him. But the world doesn't reward tears. It respects power, grit, and consistency. Get up, fix your mindset, and level up. No one's coming to save you. It's all on you. It's all on you. So we shouldn't even be considering failure. It's not an option. When people say that failure is not an option, it's a mindset. Is that you're not going to let these things break you. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to help me. I've told people before, hey, what you doing? Paying bills. You think anyone's offered to help me? Hell no. They just like, oh, all right. You're damn right. No one's coming to help me. Regardless. So I don't look for the help. I just said it just to see what they would say. Like, yes, I do have bills too. Sometimes women, I don't think realize that. Sometimes I don't think men realize that. We got bills too. Just because what I present to you makes it look easy doesn't mean that it is. But again, I'm not looking for your self-pity. I'm not looking for your hand. I'm not looking for anything. So I'm going to present to you, I'm cool. I'll figure it out. I'm cool. I will make the certain adjustments that I need to make in order to make sure that I continue. The world does not feel sorry for men. I am one of those people. Like I told you, a man panhandling. No, sir. That's not it. I understand people fall on hard times. But what is your long-term plan? Right? I'm not doing that. Because if you can stand there and do that, I figure you could do much more. You can. You just you have to not look for the easy road. And to me, that is the easy road. I'm not saying that that's the right way to think, but that's just me. Okay. But that's it. The 10 truths of a weak man. Remember, your habits, not your hustle, shape your future. Your discipline, not your desires, define your legacy. Stop being your own enemy. Build yourself before trying to build a relationship. Control your emotions. Master your mind. Protect your energy. The future belongs to men who rise when everything around them tries to break them. Again, this isn't to tear down men. I am a man, so me tearing down men is an oxymoron. What's the word I'm looking for? Is not productive. It's counterproductive. I have to improve, just like every man has to improve, and we should want to continue to improve. So this is me. This is my version of motivation to men, and telling you why. As an older, distinguished gentleman, it is my responsibility to share that with the younger generation. To anyone who would listen, because there could be people my age, older, that just need to get the hell up off the couch. They just need to get a kick in the pants in order to get up and start moving. So tell me what you guys think about 10 truths of weak men.